Hi everyone, my name is Rahman. I traveled all around Pakistan for 4 months, and in this video I want to share with you my favorite places. So here's my Pakistan Top 10. Located in South Asia, Pakistan is home to majestic mountains, lush green meadows, bustling cities, and tasty cuisine. Let's begin in Fairy Meadows. Fairy Meadows is a lush green meadow at an altitude of 3,300 meters, surrounded by thick alpine forests with an absolutely stunning view of Nanga Parbat, which is the 9th highest mountain in the world. Located in northern Pakistan, it's about a 1.5-hour drive south from Gilgit city. From the main road, you hop into a jeep which takes you up a dirt road that is carved out the edge of the mountain. Once named the second most dangerous road in the world, just looking over its edge is so exhilarating. It's a bumpy, funny ride with an incredible view which lasts just over an hour. Where the jeep drops you off is the start of the hike. You hike up once again on the edge of the mountain with a stunning glacier to your left and Nanga Parbat in front. You can go as fast or slow as you like, and you'll pass a bunch of tea stops. We took about 3 hours to reach Fairy Meadows and enjoyed every minute of the hike. I'd recommend booking 2 nights at Fairy Meadows so that you have 1 full day here without the interruption of having to check in or check out. Together with the fun Pakistani tourists that I met on the jeep ride, we spent our day walking through the beautiful nature towards Nanga Parbat, passing through some villages and taking countless photos along the way. It's so majestic, you just have to see it in person to experience its scale. Then in the evening, we had a nice campfire, which was a perfect way to end the day. The next day, the hike down as well as the jeep ride down offer new views and are just as fun as the first time. Really, every bit of this adventure was such a great experience, and I would definitely recommend it. While we're in northern Pakistan, let's visit the Upper Hunza region next. Located about 3 hours north of Gilgit, Upper Hunza offers some of Pakistan's best nature. One of my favorite attractions here is the beautiful Aadabad Lake. Located just 15 minutes south from the center, this unbelievably turquoise lake is surrounded by towering mountains, which makes it look even more epic. What makes it so blue is the presence of superfine glacial sediments suspended in the water. The lake has only been around since 2010 as a result of a landslide that blocked the flow of the river, which caused the water level to rise, creating the lake. You can go boating and jet skiing on the lake or just chill at one of the many restaurants and simply enjoy the scenery. If you're willing to hike up for about an hour, go up to Baskochi viewpoint and get a super cool photo of yourself overlooking Aadabad Lake. Next, we're going to visit Pasu Suspension Bridge. It's a 9-minute drive north from the center, followed by a 22-minute hike down to it. It looks homemade, it looks dangerous, but at the same time it's super tempting. Hanging and swaying over a rushing river, stepping on it really gets your heart pumping. It's surrounded by breathtaking landscapes, which makes it a perfect spot for great photos. Right in the center is the Hussaini Suspension Bridge. This one is much more popular because it's only a 5-minute walk from the road. It's as incredible as Pasu Bridge, but just be willing to share it with many more visitors. If you have time, both bridges are worth a visit. Next, we're going to visit Pasu Glacier and Patundas Meadows. Also located in Upper Hunza Center, Patundas Meadows is an elevated meadow that just happens to be in the perfect spot. It gives you a front row seat to 360-degree views of countless epic mountains, several of them over 7,000 meters tall. To get here, I booked a 3-day, 2-night adventure. Day 1 is where you get to cross an actual glacier. We couldn't believe how beautiful the ice formations were, and the feeling of walking on them was just beyond words. One of our guides took a 360 camera and made some really cool videos, but the rest of us chose to stick to the safer paths. After crossing, we camped next to the glacier at an elevation of 3,500 meters and spent the night. Day 2, we hiked for about 2 hours up to Patundas Meadows to 4,200 meters. Once here, you just stroll around, look in all directions in total disbelief. This was the most rewarding view of mountains I had ever experienced. We walked back down to camp and spent the second night next to the glacier. The next day, we walked back across the glacier and rode back to our guest house. The entire experience as a whole, with the other hikers, numerous chai breaks, and fun tour leaders, is honestly not to be missed. Next, we're going to experience the road to Shimshal. Also located in Upper Hunza, this 53-kilometer stretch of road connects the Karakoram Highway to the remote village of Shimshal. This is the most epic road I have ever been on, and it's my #1 favorite road in the entire world. A few friends and I rode it by motorcycle, but most people travel here by four-wheel drive vehicles. How they've carved this road is beyond belief. At one point you're riding just next to the river in a valley with mountains stretching straight up. Then you find yourself high on the very edge of the mountain with the river now way down there. Next moment you're in a vast open space which makes you feel absolutely tiny. The landscape keeps changing and changing and changing. We did learn a lesson, however. Don't come here in the afternoon, as that's when the river crossings are at their strongest, and the water is ice cold. However, we did manage to get through it. Shimshal Valley itself is quite a lovely place too, but the road to get there is simply unforgettable. Next, we'll visit the city of Lahore. It's located in eastern Pakistan. Lahore is very historic, and it's one of Pakistan's largest cities. One of my favorite places in Lahore is the historic walled city. Walk in through the Delhi gate and you feel as if you've walked into a history book. The bazaar is full of color and bustling with energy. They have everything here from fabric to shoes to food and so on. And speaking of food, there are countless street foods to try, and everything is made right in front of you. You'll pass by many historical buildings, historical landmarks, and beautiful mosques. There are some tiny alleyways, and you can easily spend hours walking around here. Pakistanis always welcome visitors, which makes it that much more fun to spend time in these markets. Next, we'll visit the Badshahi Mosque, which is located right in the heart of Lahore. We arrived in the afternoon with the sun just behind it, which made for the perfect light. I would suggest that you get here around 3 p.m. Lahore's famous pollution actually adds to the atmosphere here. You can see the sun struggling to peek through. It's a very picturesque mosque indeed, and with the help of a friend you will certainly get some great photos here. Definitely one of my most memorable places in Lahore. Next, we'll check out the Wagah border ceremony. It's located about 1 hour from Lahore, exactly at the border of Pakistan and India. Every evening, just before sunset, the security forces from both Pakistan and India put on an incredibly energetic show while officially closing the border for the night. I was so impressed and so surprised to see these two countries collaborate and orchestrate such an entertaining event. They alternate cheering for their country, each side trying to be as loud as they can. They are famous for performing these super high kicks, almost looks like they'll hit their own head. Before the border officially closes for the night, you can see the two countries shaking hands, which I found to be very encouraging. A very unique experience. This is a definite must-see whenever you visit Lahore. Next, we'll visit the city of Peshawar. It's located in northwest Pakistan, close to the Afghanistan border. Peshawar is a historic city which is famous for its bustling markets. What I really like about it is that it feels like you've traveled back in time. During the day, the best thing to do is to walk through the markets and the adjacent streets. There are distinct areas for fabrics, areas for jewelry, areas for shoes, and so on. There are endless opportunities to try local snacks and dishes, like this palau that Peshawar is famous for. Historic landmarks are dotted throughout the city, and many areas look like a scene from a movie. While in Peshawar, you gotta try the local tea in a traditional tea stall. Not only is it delicious, but the process of making it is pretty cool to watch. In the evening, Peshawar turns into barbecue heaven. The streets get covered with smoke from all the barbecue grills. It smells so amazing. They do all the cooking in the front of the restaurants to catch your attention as you walk by. Other dishes are available too, not just barbecue. In the back is where everyone gathers to settle in, relax, spend time with friends, and enjoy a nice meal together. Peshawar is famous for its hospitality. The people here are fun, upbeat, curious, and love interacting with visitors. Because of this, many travelers, including me, say that Peshawar was their favorite city in Pakistan. Next we'll visit Mahodan Lake. It's located about 2.5 hours drive north from Kalam. The ride here is actually quite beautiful, passing through nature that's perfect for camping and riding along a blue river with mountains on either side. This region of Pakistan is named Swat. They call it the Switzerland of Pakistan because it too has beautiful green valleys and snow-capped mountains. More snow in the winter, of course. Mahodan Lake is this picture-perfect lake that is surrounded by epic mountains all around. I had no idea something like this existed in Pakistan. The blue lake and tall trees with the mountains as a backdrop, it's seriously gorgeous. There are lodges and tents available if you want to spend the night, as well as restaurants and snack shops too. The further you explore up the river, the more the landscape continues to change. A great place for day hikes. I just visited Mahodan as a day trip, but now that I've seen it, I wish I had brought some extra clothes and swimsuit, as I would have definitely spent 2 nights here. Pakistan is a big and diverse country with many more incredible places than this list of top 10. And in the comments below, I'd love to hear what you think. Was this how you had pictured it? If you've been there, what are your favorite places? And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments too. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.